So we're on the 11th month, 22nd day, double death redoubled. So we've got our ritual, 1 dead and 8 injured, as shots ring out at Christmas tree lighting events, sending terrifying families fleeing. Because let's be honest, if you're going to use the double death ritual, you need some dead vermin. So 1 dead, 8 injured. 1 for the source and 8 for Val, the 6th term of Fibonacci series, which is, any ideas, cameraman?
No.
The 6th term of Fibonacci series?
Mel principle.
Yeah, and what's the 6th term of Fibonacci series? Here it is.
The 8th.
8, exactly. And of course, Trump's nightmare, Marjorie Taylor Greene, has suddenly resigned. How did the slayer of liberal dragons become the target of the right's own militia of digital executioners? So, as you can see, if you go against the flow, you'll be taken out. So obviously, Marjorie Taylor Greene was broken and is resigning, but not before she gets her congresswoman's pension start of next year. So you can see they've either got the dirt on Marjorie Taylor or they've been threatening her children, or both. Gloating. Sarah Ferguson, formerly the Duchess of whatever, is considering 6-figure offers to tell a full interview after being stripped of Duchess of York title as Palisades fears she could go rogue. I tell you what, can you explain to me, Cameron? This is the bloodline of Lucifer. They've got all the Luciferic power in the world according to the Rothschild Rockefeller royal family. And this is happening. Sarah Ferguson is considering 6-figure offers for a telephone interview in the wake of losing her Duchess of York title. Palace officials fear the 66-year-old could go rogue. I think she was pretty rogue already, don't you? After she was ousted from the royal family, an insider has said. It follows a downfall this month and more revelations about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's dealings with convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and as the Mail on Sunday uncovered an email former Duchess had written to the disgraced financier. Miss Ferguson has apologised profusely in the communication for disassociating from Epstein publicly following his conviction in 2008 for procuring a girl under 18 for sex. A source has now told The Sun the royals are more likely to worry about the prospects of Ms. Ferguson going rogue, but there's not much they can do to stop her. It is possible she could sit down with Oprah Winfrey, who was interviewed her before. The source said there is danger of going rogue and saying things that could cause embarrassment for King Charles and Queen Camilla, or other members of the royal family. Significant bids for an interview are said to have already been made by US channels alongside talks with networks in the Gulf states and the UK. Now, I don't understand this. This is the bloodline of Lucifer. This is what all you Luciferians are worshipping. The ultimate is the royal family, and Charles and Wills and Gorgeous George and Harlot Charlotte and Lousy Louis. This is the bloodline. So how could this be possibly happening? There's 2 options. Either Lucifer's got fuck all power, or the royal family are shysters, grifters and con merchants who have got the Luciferic power of a napalmed cockroach. And in fact, I think the napalm cockroach looks better looking than Fergie. So let's go to the People's Voice. This is definitely not YouTube friendly. If you watch YouTube, please do not watch the People's Voice. This is a conspiracy theory site, and it's been fact checked, and it's naughty. But let's be honest, if you're gloating, let's use these mad people to castigate the Silord's enemies. So, Insider confirms President Trump is about to confirm aliens exist. the director of the Age of Disclosure, a new UFO documentary, has announced that President Trump will soon confirm the existence of aliens. Dan Farrow, the director of the film, which as it selects theatres known as the Prime, blah 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 blah. So, as you can see, Trump is worried about people thinking that America has made a deal with aliens and is selling out the human race, because then you get all the human race uniting against the American filth and the aliens. That would not be good, would it, Cameron?
No.
I'm going to explain to you how the Elohim control reality using the death force, which of course, as I've explained from Kosarev time density, if you are the cause of the death, then that means the cause of conception, where the time density is collected, is controlled by you. So the entire life of the light energy matter life form is yours to control, and all the life force and whatever they do in their life is totally controlled by you. So, why would tarot come into the mix? Well, simple. Since all heterosexual organisms fuck and have offspring, they follow the Fibonacci series, which 1 + 1 makes 2, and off we go. So it's embedded in the nature of birth that the Fibonacci series molds the torsion field and leptionics and scalionics and the light into the configuration of the Fibonacci series. And why is the 11th term so important? Because that stands for death, and the number in the Fibonacci series is 89. So in order to use control of death, where you kill, take out everything, which of course is what the eagle does, which can be seen as a subsidiary of the Elohim as they go up the Feigenbaum period doubling, then of course the tarot deck, which is 78 plus the 11 of death, which of course makes 89, is the control mechanism of the Elohim's control over material reality. Now, that means that since the Elohim have been omega-allied by you truly, you can use this Elohimic technology to control everything in reality. If, of course, you're a vampire, got the Charlie Kirk service, and can then use it in the God Emperor tech matrix in which everything is trapped now. So you need to choose 11 cards for the targets, be they Bill Gates, Trump, Bezos, Melinda Gates, Thiel, Musk, all of the billionaires, trillionaires on the planet, Rothschild, Rockefeller, royal family. So, isn't it nice to have a list of the 11 worst tarot cards to download into your victims? And we go onto this site to see what they reckon are the worst ones. Well, we got death. What's wrong with death, cameraman? I tell you what, cameraman, I do believe you should prove this untrue by having the death tarot card tattooed to your forehead. Inverted. To prove it's wrong. The death card is considered to be the worst tarot card by people who are new to divination. There's another bad one, the Tower. Sudden upheaval, chaos, destruction of old structures. The Tower screams everything you thought was stable is actually a house of cards. When the bad boy shows up, expect the unexpected, a job loss, a breakup, a revelation that shakes your foundation to its core. The lightning bolt strikes and the tower crumbles. Not gently, but with fire, destruction, and a lot of screaming. This card is the universe's way of bulldozing your life to force you to rebuild on firmer ground. Yeah, it's necessary in the long run, but it sucks in the moon. So I think this should be the official tarot card for the UK, because let's be honest, since Putin sent his spy boat to the UK and it's going to get arrested, it's not long before the Oreshniks and the Bulovnas, or whatever they call them, and the Poseidon Cobalt 60 wet shower dildos are coming up the arse of the UK. Let's look at another one, the Ten of Swords. This doesn't look good, does it, Cameron? This does not look good. Meaning betrayal, painful endings, rock bottom. Why it's challenging. Imagine getting stabbed in the back 10 times, that's this card. It's the epitome of hitting rock bottom, whether through betrayal, burnout, or just life beating you down until you can't take it anymore. The Ten of Swords doesn't sugarcoat anything. It's here to say, yeah, it's bad, but you know what? It can't get worse. The only silver lining, once you're at the bottom, the only way is up. So 10 for the Tree of Life, and it's 10 Sephiroth. So, as I say, this tarot card might have connotations to Charlie Kirk. I don't know, but it could be linked with Charlie Kirk. As I say, he's hit rock bottom. I don't think he's going up again, do you, cameraman? I don't think so. Right, so as you can see, these are the ones that you might wish to use in your targeting of the billionaires and trillionaires. Let's go to the next one. Death reversed or poorly aspected. So at last we've got a proper website. So this is the inverted death, where you turn over. Resistance to transformation, stagnation, clinging to the past. Upright death is about transformation and new beginnings, but reversed is like refusing to throw out a rotting meal before sentimental about the container. Well, because you are. This card screams, let's go for crying out loud, but often the querent. Are you a querent cameraman?
I'm not sure.
It's digging their heels in, terrified of the unknown. It's stagnation, city, population, you staying in toxic relationships, refusing to move on from a dead-end job. Death reverse means you're resisting the growth you desperately need. The devil, meaning addiction, bondage, unhealthy attachments, and materialism. The devil doesn't just trap you, he makes you think you're enjoying it. That must be the British population. They're paying for all the migrants who are getting 4-star hotels and free healthcare immediately and free dental care immediately, and anything else in the well, please. While the British, if they can't pay, well, at least they've got the streets and a free tent from the council. Whether it's an addiction, a toxic relationship, or chasing money at the expense of your soul, this card exposes the change we are willing to put on ourselves. So this would be the entire British population who are revolting. Don't you agree the British population are revolting?
No,
I think they're revolting. The real kicker, the chains are loose, you could break free any time if you wanted to, but the devil's allure is strong and made people stay in the cycle longer than they should. So this would be the card for the UK population. But not for the migrants. Not for the migrants. No, remember, migrants important. British population, filth of the earth, racist, Islamophobic, gutter snipes who deserve only a free tent from the council. And to be moved on by the police come 6 a.m.
Yes.
Next one, 5 of Pentacles. Meaning financial loss, hardship and abandonment. Well, this one could be the UK's one as well, couldn't it? If you're struggling financially, when this card shows up, you're probably feeling emotionally abandoned or left out in the cold. The 5 of Pentacles is about lack, whether that's lack of money, support or security. The imagery of 2 destitute figures outside a church window, it's hard. Help is nearby, but for some reason you don't see it or can't access it because you're not a migrant. You need to be a migrant, cameraman. You racist, Islamophobic British population, or French population, or German population, You should know you're the Five of Pentacles. This card forces you to confront feelings of scarcity, rejection, or isolation. So I think every member of Britain, France, and Germany who's not a migrant should get this tattooed to their forehead. Inverted, of course, because we want it even worse, don't we? Yes, 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 yes. We've got Three of Swords. How? Meaning heartbreak, emotional pain, grief. Why it's challenging. A big heart with three swords sticking through it doesn't get more straightforward than that. The Three of Swords is the heartbreak card, whether it's a romantic betrayal, the death of a loved one, or some other emotional devastation. It's the kind of pain that stays with you, gnaws at your chest, and leaves you crying in the shower. But it also reminds you that heartbreak, while brutal, is part of the human experience. So, this is the signature card of Katy Perry after the drug-addicted alleged rapist. What's his name? Cameron?
Who are we talking about?
Russell Brand. Divorced her via text. And of course with Miley and Liam Hemsworth, who she married and 6 months later divorced because he was cheating on her with, of course, the Weinstein whore from the Bow and Arrow film. The blonde one that was crying on the talk shows. I won't mention her.
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games, that's it. And of course, hope above all hope that this is, no, hope above hope that this isn't the card for Taylor Swift, because as soon as she gets married to the Pfizer butt slut, the better. We don't know her appearing in Hong Kong. No, 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 no. We don't want no tsunamis, thank you. Next one, the moon reversed. Illusion, deception, fear, mental confusion. Why it's challenging, the moon reversed is like being lost in a foggy forest with only shadows to guide you, and one of those shadows is probably a wolf. Anxiety runs high when this card appears, as does a creeping sense that you're being lied to, either by others or yourself. Reverse, the moon is about hidden truths, unclear past, and the fear of unknown. Nothing is as it seems, and you're left doubting your own instincts. Seven of Swords. Meaning deception, theft, betrayal, running away. The Seven of Swords is the sneaky bastard card. So this is for the so-called Sigma males, the incels, whether it's someone stealing from you, lying to you, or deceiving you. This card is all about dishonesty. It can also mean trying to escape a situation, so dealing with it head on. If this card shows up, it's a big red flag. Keep an eye on your surroundings or take a hard look at the mirror. So this needs to be tattooed upside down on the foreheads of all the Judases. Definitely a Judas card. The Nine of Swords. Anxiety, nightmares, despair. Ever stayed up all night replaying every mistake you ever made? That's the Nine of Swords. It's the card of mental anguish, the kind that gnaws at your soul and keeps you awake, staring at the ceiling. Whether it's guilt, worry, or straight up existential dread, this card lays bare your deepest fears. It doesn't offer solutions, just a mirror to your sleepless nights and gnawing doubts. This would, of course, be Katy Perry's card for her engagement and her babyfication with Orlando Bloom. But luckily, Trudeau's come along so that the witch queen of the royal family can now say, oh, I got all the power of Lucifer and I'm downloading into the royal family because I'm with Trudeau. Because Trudeau's a real catch. And of course that wasn't arranged, was it? You got to love this. The Hanged Man reversed. Oh. Stagnation, selfishness, wasted effort. The Hanged Man reversed is the definition of spinning your wheels. Upright, this card is about perspective and surrendering to the process. Reversed, it's like hanging upside down for no reason, refusing to gain anything from the experience. stubbornness and resistance to change of the themes here, as well as feeling that your sacrifices aren't paying off. It's the ultimate stuck in limbo card, and it's maddening. Well, in fact, this, of course, is the Wicker Man card. Charlie Cookie Boy, before he got deathed. And of course, we got the lightning struck tower of Maga. We need 12 good cards to do all the Elohimic magic, because remember the 11th term 89, which is the tarot card plus your 11 Death Go Omegalized victims that died for you, in my case Charlie Kirk. So this only works for vampires. You need 12 good cards for yourself. So let's look at some of the good cards. The Sun. So all of you should be subscribing to the Sun newspaper. Pure joy, success, and the kind of vibe where you dance naked in the field. If you're into that, no, I'm into rubber. No nakedness for me. No, 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 no. That's naughty. Why, it's great. This card is the epitome of yes. The sun doesn't tiptoe around with sub hints. It's the big neon sign screaming life is awesome, and so are you. I know that, you don't have to tell me that. It's about owning your wins, soaking in your success, and realizing you're all allowed to be happy without some existential guilt trip. The sun is unapologetically warm and a bit cocky, but who cares? It earned it. Are you feeling a bit cocky, cameraman?
I'm a bit of a cocky man, yes.
The World. Meaning closure, fulfillment, and finally getting to the finish line without tripping. The World is the job well done card, the triumphant moment, the credits roll, and you actually feel satisfied with how it all turned out. This card says, yeah, it was a journey, but you nailed it, whether it's personal goal, a career milestone, or just surviving a hellish year. The World is your pat on the back from the universe. Bonus points for reminding you that everything is connected. The Star. Well, I tell you what, this can't be a good card because this star's got black, it must have got cobalt 60 eyes. But anyway, quiet hope, healing, and that first deep breath after a storm of, well, the cobalt 60 storm, according to this one. You wouldn't have thought she was white before the cobalt 60 storm. But anyway, the Star is your cosmic night light. It's not loud, it's not pushy, it just quietly whispers, hey, you're going to be okay. You're not going to be okay after the cobalt 60 storm, you are not going to be okay. After a rough patch, this card is sitting under a clear night sky. Letting the peace sink in is the promise of renewal, the kind of hope that makes you believe again, even if only a little. The Star says, keep going, babe, the best is yet to come. But of course, if you use this tarot deck with this black one, all you're going to be expecting is Putin's cobalt 60 Poseidon cobalt 60 shower. The Lovers, meaning love alignment and figuring out what or who really matters. Contrary to what Hollywood tells you, The Lovers isn't just about swooning over someone hot. Sure, it's sometimes about soul deep connection, but at its core, it's about choices, big life defining ones. This card challenges you to live authentically, to choose people, paths, and passions that vibe with your true self. TLDR, the lover is the universe telling you to stop settling and start aligning. Well, you can't align, we've explained with AI, it can never align and you're all fucked and you're all going to die. So the Lover's card is about as useful in the AI age as spitting in the wind, or ducking and crouching after Putin launches his Poseidon super torpedo and you get the cobalt 60 golden shower. The Wheel of Fortune, meaning luck change and that feeling when the plot twist actually works in your favour. The Wheel of Fortune doesn't promise everything will be perfect, but does promise that things are about to get interesting. The card is like karmic lottery ticket. You never know what's coming, but odds are it's better than wherever you've been. It's the universe shaking things up, often in a way that makes you yell, finally. Ten of Cups, meaning emotional harmony, happy endings, and the kind of love that feels real. If the sun is the party, the Ten of Cups is the after party, where you're with your favourite people, living your best life. It's not flashy or over the top. It's the quiet, steady joy that comes from meaningful connections and finding your place in the chaos. This card is the tarot equivalent of a Hallmark movie done right, sentimental, sure, but it fucking works. The Ace of Pentacles, that's my favourite card. This is the one I've chosen for myself. Fresh starts, financial stability, and finally catching a break. This card is a seed of something big, whether it's a new job, a side hustle, or a personal project. The Ace of Pentacles is the universe handing you the golden opportunity and say, don't blow this. No, I don't like blowjobs. No blowjobs for me. It's all about potential, yours specifically. So roll up your sleeves and plant the seed because the rewards are worth it. The Empress, meaning creativity, abundance, and the ultimate Earth Mom vibes. The Empress is about growth, but not the rushed, hustle, hard, kind. The cards are slow down, nurture what matters, and let it bloom. Whether it's a project, a relationship, or your own damn self, the Empress reminds you that good things take time. She's the embodiment of divine feminine energy, and she's here to remind you abundance is your birthright. Six of Wands. Victory, recognition of the moment everyone realizes how awesome you are. This is the mic drop card, the Six of Wands, your time in the spotlight. It was a parade for the blood, sweat, and tears you poured into something. It's about recognition, whether from others or just your own damn self. This card doesn't do false modesty, so take the win and own it. Strength, quiet power, resilience, and the grace to keep going. Strength doesn't flex, it doesn't need to. The card is about taming your inner chaos and facing challenges with calm, compassion, and unshakable confidence. It's not about brute force, it's about mastery over yourself, your fears, and whatever bullshit life throws your way. Strength reminds you that true power is steady, not loud. So, you download, after you've passed through these cards, in your God Tech matrix, so right hand push through that one. The Fool, that's a bad card. Why is the Fool a bad card? The Fool is an annoying card to pull, in my opinion, as it shows the reader is naive with their questions and doesn't know where to begin. Blah blah. No, it's wrong. The Fool card is 0 in the tarot deck. So this is the card where you give up your hyper infinity and is the vital card for the entire tarot deck. Because of course, remember you've got 78 cards, but to do all the nasty stuff, the 7 times 11, 78 is no good. 78 is for the 6 times 13, which of course is bleeding the vow, the male principle of turning Lucifer and the Luciferic force into Amalek and destroying all of chaos. So the tarot card deck is the instrumentation which the Elohim use to stop Lucifer being anti-Neo and becoming Amalek and taking over the whole shebang. Therefore, it uses the 7 exchange rituals, and 78 doesn't cut the mustard, it must be 77. So, of course, the tarot deck has to be converted. That means that you have to have a Neo that's given up his free will, the Fool, and the number of the Fool in the tarot deck is 0, which then converts your 78 cards to 77. So, this is all vital. You must have a Neo that's given up his free will to make the tarot magic work. In this case, Charlie Kirk, for me. And the next one here, we got Hermit. This card shows themes of isolation, withdrawal, and introspection into a shadow work process. This card shows us blah, 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 blah. Your mental well-being is of the utmost importance. So, this is when the Judases said, oh, he's unwell, he can't make you view. Don't talk to him. Turn him into the hermit. Death again, the devil, the tower, the moon, judgment. This card has themes of betrayal, of negative faces from the past returning, of guilt and of insecurity. Judgment wants you to take a minute and gather your thoughts. So, when Charlie Kirk was killed, we had the 12, which of course was Hangman, and 6, which was Judgment. So, those were the two pathways on the tunnels of Set that were fired up by the Charlie Kirk ritual sacrifice. Five Cups. Deeply sad card. One of loss, grief, depression, and finding yourself struggling. This is basically penury. Hard breakup, menopause, and business losses. Not a good card. Five of Wands. Whilst the Five of Wands can initially seem related to jealousy, aggression, fighting, rivalry, I want to see it from the perspective of enjoy a healthy competition, but stand your ground, blah, blah, blah. Seven of Wands is us against the world. Opposition with drama and lack of calmness and trouble. Five of Pentacles is a card of emotional trauma that comes with financial loss, with a run of bad luck and unexpected financial setback. So this is the penury card. Three of Swords is hard to see card as it can predict lying, cheating, heartbreak, and deep sadness. This is one where you got stabbed in the heart, remember? Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a worry, anxiety, riddled battle with either yourself or your close loved ones. Seven of Swords of lying, thievery, betrayal, and broken trust. That's the Judas card. If this card comes up with you in a career or business reading, it may be that someone is stealing your ideas and taking credit for them. Jeremiah Schwartzy boy. Nine of Swords is a mental health, public announcement sort of card, anxiety, worry, depression, negative tendencies that are not beneficial for you. It is like that you feel that you are your own enemy and that you may be struggling with it. Ten of Swords. Visceral meanings include backstabbing, trauma, heartbreak, and depression. This is the straw that broke the camel's back, and there won't be time for doubts or wishful thinking. The situation unfolds strongly and forcibly. So, as you can see, you've got a collection to pick, but the whole system is that you go into these cards first in your God Tech bilocator in right hand, and simply then plunge your right hand into the cards you've chosen. Tower, Ten of Swords, Death, Three of Swords, Devil, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Hangman, Moon, the Hermit. So, you can take your pick, and after you've bilocated into this, be nice if you got pictures. You then go to your target, which of course can be anyone, but let's go to